Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rockwell Spot Connection with a new installment of Building the Team. So, last week we had 200 points, DC only. I'm going with the Outsiders. Not the best decision, but oh well. These things happen. So, this week, 400 points, 0 range. So yeah, no snipers, all up in your face bruisers. That being said, let's get started, shall we? First off, we've got ourselves excuse me. Got ourselves a Heroes for Hire team, which could almost be an Avengers team if somebody had been given the Avengers keyword that, you know, he should totally have. But, whatever. Anyway. So, kicking things off, we've got, on our Heroes for Hire team, we've got Luke Cage, who was the hero for hire. So, you know, fitting that he should be on it. Anyway, Luke comes in at 60 points. He has the Spider-Man ally team ability, so he's a wild card. Anyway, he's got the Avengers, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, and Marvel Knights keywords. Look at the dial. We open up with a click of charge. And then with that gives way to a couple clicks of sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of plasticity. So at the end of his dial, he can make sure you stay right up next to him. If for no other reason, you could that can be useful to keep someone there. Like, okay, I'm gonna hold you, while someone else comes in and also beats the hell out of him. So anyway, moving on to attack, we've got 3 clicks of Super Strength followed by a couple clicks of Quake. On defense, we open up with the special power, Get Behind Me, Danny. Invulnerability, Willpower. When an opposing character within line of fire makes a ranged attack, adjacent friendly characters can use Toughness. So that's not really going to be too useful. There are, I mean, yeah, if you swap someone out, like, but I still don't think that would be, I think that would also kind of be a no-go. But anyway, that gives way to a couple clicks of Toughness. Then on damage, we got 3 clicks of Leadership, which I'm actually kind of impressed there. And that gives way to 2 clicks of Close Combat Expert. And looking at his combat value, I'm impressed. They're fairly solid, and they pretty much stay within, you know. For example, his attack values. Open up with a 10, jump up to an 11, back down to 10, and we stay at 10 for the rest of the dial. Defensively, we got the 3 clicks where he has a special power. He's got an 18 defense, drops down to an 18, then back up to 18 on his last click. Damage, 4 to start off with, and then 3 for the remaining 4 clicks. Hell, that Close Combat Expert, you can put that all into attack and still do a decent amount of damage. Anyway, so that's Luke Cage. Next up, we've got Iron Fist, who, like I said, should have had the Avengers keyword. Iron Fist has, over the past 15 years, had various dalliances with being an actual card-carrying Avenger, so, you know, if you're going to do Luke and Danny and basically have them, you know, be on par, they should both have the Avengers keyword. Anyway, so Iron Fist comes in at 60 points and has the Spider-Man ally team ability. Keyword-wise, we've got Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, and Martial Artists. Looking at the dial, we've got a couple clicks of Charge, followed by 3 clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we open up with 3 clicks of Precision Strike, followed by 2 clicks of Quake. Defensively speaking, we open up with the special power, Are you ever going to try dodging, Luke? Super Senses and Willpower. When an opposing character within line of fire makes a close attack, adjacent friendly characters can use Super Senses. Okay, alright, so that That will actually probably see some use. Anyway, after that, for 3 clicks, we get a couple clicks of combat reflexes. Then on damage, we open up with 3 clicks of exploit weakness, followed by 2 clicks of empower. Not bad. And again, we've got some very, solid dot values that don't really change much. 12 to open up on attack, 3 11s, then a 10. 4 clicks of 17 on defense, followed by a click of 18. Open it up with a 3 damage and then 2 for the rest of the dial. That's, I mean, yeah, it's more the steadiness of it. Next up, we've got a Falcon. Because they may have wanted Tim Meadows, but they got the Falcon. Sorry, it's an Adult Swim joke. Anyway, Falcon comes in at 75 points, has the Avengers team ability, and it brings the Avengers, Here's for Hire, and Shield keywords to the table. Look at the dial. We start off with the special speed power Master Aerialist. When Falcon has no action tokens, Falcon may be given a move action as a free action, but he can't use the carry ability during that move action. When he does, Falcon can use Close Combat Expert this turn. So, you get that. If he's got no token, and he's got a speed of 12, so you can move him. He can move up 12 squares for free if he has no tokens on him to begin with. And then you can say, oh, you know what? Power action, Close Combat Expert. 1 and 1 for 10 and 3. Anyways, that gives way to more charge. On attack, we starts off Bear, but gives way to Quake. Okay. Defensively speaking, we got the special power Veteran Combatant to start with. Give Falcon a free action. Choose one. Combat reflexes or energy shield deflection. Falcon can use the chosen power until he chooses again. When targeted by a ranged attack, Falcon can use super senses. Okay. Now that until he chooses again part is kind of important. A lot of pick a power powers are based at the beginning of your turn. At the beginning of each turn, pick one. Pick a power. They have it till pick said power. Then they've got it until your next turn. This one, however, I can just say at the beginning of the game, combat reflexes. Ray's got it for as long as he's got that power. That gives way to willpower. Then on damage, we start off again, just like attack, Bear, but that gives way to perplex. Alright, moving on, we've got Hercules. Not my preferred version of the character, but, not anything to sneeze at either. So, Hercules comes in at 90 points, has the anti-registration, Avengers, Celebrity, Deity, and Heroes for Hire keywords. We've also got a trait, Fair, Greco-Roman Wrestling. Hercules can use Super Strength. When Hercules moves adjacent to an opposing character holding an object, after actions resolve, KO that object. Then, looking at the dial, we open up with the special speed power, If You Won't Come to Me. Hercules can use Charter Plasticity. Alright. That gives way to Sidestep. On attack, we open up Bear, but he gives way to Quake. Defensively speaking, first off, he's got Indomitable, so built-in willpower. We open up with Invulnerability, which gives way to Toughness. Then on damage, starts off Bear, and then clicks into Close Combat Expert. Finally, we've got the Black Knight. I like this figure for no other reason, just the sculpt. I mean, let's seriously dig that. Anyway, so Black Knight comes in at 115 points, has the Avengers team ability. Then he brings the Avengers, Defenders, Excalibur, Heroes for Hire, Knights of Wundagore, Mystical, Scientist, and Warrior keywords to the table with him. We got a couple of traits. The first one is pointless for this game. By Cersei's side from one universe to the next. If Black Knight is adjacent to a friendly character named Cersei, both characters modify their defense value by +1 unless already modified by this effect. Next we have Blood Curse of the Ebony Blade. Black Knight can use Blade's Claws, Fangs, and Steel Energy. When Black Knight KOs an opposing character, he can use Battle Fury and Willpower for the rest of the game. Okay, alright. Anyway, so, looking at the dial itself, we open up with Charge. That gives way to Flurry, which gives way to Sidestep. On attack, we open up Bear, but he clicks into Precision Strike. And then on defense, we open up with Vulnerability, which gives way to Toughness, which gives way to Regeneration. And then on damage, we open up with Exploit Weakness, which would go very nice with that Traded Blades. Alright, that is our Heroes for Hire team. Alright, next up we have ourselves an X-Force team. We're going to start things off with Gateway. Gateway is an Aboriginal mutant who was initially introduced back during the, I want to say during the Claremont run. But he worked with the cyborg, there was a team of cyborgs, the Reavers, and he helped get them from place to place. And then the X-Men came along and took. It's not so much. It's more a case of they were there, he was there, and then the X-Men took over. And it's like, okay, I'll move. I'll just, I'll ferry you guys where you need to go. But the character ended up. I remember Age of Apocalypse actually having a really cool riff on the character. He was still, moving people from place to place, but rather he was a pilot. He still had his powers, yeah, but he flew as well. Anyway, so Gateway comes in at 50 points, has the Generation X, Reavers, X-Force, and X-Men keywords. Then we open up with a trait, Wormhole Walkabout. He can carry 8 passengers, including characters with the Flight ability or Battle Fury if they share a keyword with him. When Gateway carries 2 or more characters, after resolutions, end your action phase. Begin the end of turn phase. So, okay. Looking at the dial, we get 4 clicks of Phasing Teleport, 4 clicks of Super Senses, and 2 clicks of Probability Control. And attack and damage are at 0. He is not designed. He is a taxi, plain and simple. Anyway, next up, we've got Warpath. Warpath you might recognize from Avengers Days of Future Past, as he showed up in his more modern look. But Warpath is James Proudstar, brother of John Proudstar. John Proudstar, or Thunderbird, was the first X-Man to die in the line of duty. And Warpath, for the longest time, blamed Xavier for his brother's death. So much so that he joined the Hellions, which was the Hellfire Club's riff on the New Mutants. He fought the New Mutants for a while, but then he switched sides and would join the New Mutants just as they were transitioning from the New Mutants to X-Force. And he's been a long-time X-Force member under the command of Cable, Wolverine, and as well Domino now, and I think even Pete. He was part of Pete Wisdom's lineup too. Hell, even Cannonball technically. Anyway, so Warpath comes in at 60 points. He has the X-Men and Brotherhood of Mutants team abilities. Then he's also got the Hellions, New Mutants, X-Force, and X-Men keywords. And we got a trait, Make Xavier Pay. Opposing characters using the X-Men team ability decrease the result of their roll by 1. Okay. We open up with Charge, which gives way to Leap Climb. Then on attack, we open up with an empty attack slot, but then that gives way to Precision. That will eventually give way to Precision Strike. On defense, we open up with Toughness, which gives way to Defend. And on damage, we open up with Exploit Weakness, which gives way to Empower. I wish that he had blades in there somewhere, especially since he's holding a knife and he has. That's kind of his shtick now, is that he's got strength. He's strong. Plus, he's got vibranium knives. Anyways, moving on to Shatterstar. Alrighty, so Shatterstar comes in at 60 points. He's got the X-Men team ability. He also has the Mojoverse, X-Force, and Warrior keywords. He also has the trait Engineer to be the ultimate fighter. Shatterstar can use Sidestep and Toughness. So, looking at the dial, we open up with a click of Charge, followed by a couple clicks of Flurry, followed by a click of Charge. Attack-wise, we open up with a special power Twin Blades. Shatterstar can use Blaze Claw's Fangs. When he does, once per turn, he may re-roll the D6 roll. He's got that for 3 clicks, followed up by Razor Blaze Claw's Fangs. Defensively speaking, we open up with Combat Reflexes, which gives way to Super Senses, which goes back to Combat Reflexes and then Regeneration at the end. And then on his last 2 clicks on damage, he's got Probability Control. Alright, moving on to Wolverine. Alrighty, so Wolverine comes in at 75 points, has the X-Men team ability. He also has the Weapon X, X-Force, X-Men, and Martial Artist keywords. And we got a trait which isn't going to do too much good. I've always hated you, Wade. Friendly characters named Deadpool can use Mastermind, but only to choose Wolverine. When Wolverine hits an opposing character named Deadpool, after resolutions, remove all action tokens from Wolverine. So that part can actually, work. And the Deadpool that has the matching trait has range, so it can't be used in this. So, yeah, boy. Anyway, looking at the dial. You open up with a couple clicks of Charge, followed by a couple clicks of Sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of Flurry. After that, we get, on attack, 4 clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs. Starting off with 3 at 11 for 3 clicks and then dropping to 10. In fact, 10 is the lowest his attack value goes. Defensively speaking, we open up with, well, first off, he's indomitable, so built-in willpower, yay. We get a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by 3 clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by Healing Factor working overtime. The stop click. Regeneration. Once per game, when Wolverine uses Regeneration, instead of rolling an AD6, he may roll 2 and have the result. You heal 1 less than normal because it's a stop click, though, which can potentially get him all the way up to top dial. Then we go Exploit Weakness, Outwit, and Battle Fury. Only thing I don't like about this dial is that Blaze Claw's Fangs cuts off at just when Flurry begins. A full dial of Blades would actually have been, I think, better. And finally, we have Colossus. Who, yes, was during the aftermath of Avengers vs. X-Men, Colossus actually would join a version of X-Force. During that time, there were 2 X-Force books, Cable and X-Force and Uncanny X-Force. Cable and X-Force included Colossus. Anyway, so Colossus comes in at 150 points. He's got the X-Force, X-Men, and Armor keywords. He also has improved movement, ignores hindering terrain. So Alright, go. Yay, Colossus. We got a trait Russian Strength. Colossus can use Super Strength. Anyway, so we open up with the special speed power Former Juggernaut. Colossus can use charge and improved movement, ignores and destroys blocking terrain, which will work nicely with his ignoring hindering terrain, as when you destroy blocking terrain, you create hindering terrain markers. Then after that, we get Sidestep. We get a couple clicks of Former Juggernaut, a couple clicks of Sidestep, another click of Former Juggernaut, and then 3 more clicks of Sidestep, to be exact. Then we've got 5 straight clicks of Quake. Defensively speaking, he's indomitable. So, again, built-in willpower, which is always a plus. 2 clicks of Invincible. 4 clicks of Impervious. And 2 clicks of Invulnerability. Now, in the literal middle clicks of his dial, the middle 4 clicks, we've got 4 clicks of Close Combat Expert. Oof, and some of those will be really painful. And that's the X-Force team. Moving on to the X-Men team. So, it's actually it's actually easier than you would think to make a low-cost X-Men team anymore, especially with all the low-cost X-Men they've we've gotten over the last few years. So, we're going to open up with, the team opens up with Rockstar Lila Cheney. Now, Lila's never been an official X-Man. She is definitely an ex-ally. I don't think we've seen her for a while, actually. I have to look into that. Anyway, Lila comes in at 25 points, has the X-Men team ability as well as the New Mutants, X-Men, and Celebrity keywords. And we've got special power on speed. Hang on, gang, we're going for a ride. Lila Cheney can use phasing teleport and the carry ability. If Lila Cheney is on a New Mutants or X-Men themed team, she may carry up to 4 friendly characters regardless of their speed symbols. When she uses the carry ability and ends her movement within 5 squares from the starting square, after action is resolved, deal her 1 unavoidable damage. So, the fact that she has a printed speed value of 14 to begin with, it's kind of nice. And you can basically, with making the necessary modifications for the carry ability, she can carry 4 of the X-Men out, 11 squares. Or you could use some Perplex and make it, 13 squares. Kind of saying, hi, we're all right here. Then on defense, she has Energy Shield Deflection. Next up, we've got Moira McTaggart, who's quite a bit on this. So Moira comes in at 25 points and has the X-Men team ability. She brings the X-Men and Scientist keywords to the table. Trait-wise, we've got Headmaster, X-Men, Leadership, Perplex, but Perplex can only be used to target another friendly character with the X-Men keyword. During force construction, you may include 1 student ID card on your force without adding its cost. I'm not worried about student ID cards. Anyway, on the dial, we got some Sidestep, then we got some Willpower, and we click into Outwit. In fact, Sidestep's on the first click, Willpower on the first 2, and then Outwit on the last 2. And moving on, we have Kitty Pryde. Kitty comes in at 50 points, has the X-Men team ability. She brings the all-new X-Men and X-Men keywords with her. We got a trait, Headmaster, all-new X-Men. Leadership and Perplex. Perplex can only be used to target another friendly character with the all-new X-Men or X-Men keyword. During force destruction, yeah, it's student ID, no cost. Yeah, I'm not worried about that part. Anyway, so looking at her dial, we got 3 clicks of the special speed power, Quick, through here. Phasing teleport and stealth. Friendly characters can move through walls adjacent to Kitty Pryde. Okay, that's take it from me. That can be very useful, especially if you put her in the, by the right wall, the square wall, by the right wall. Like say in a corner. You put her in a corner. You've got 4 squares that can be moved through that are clear. And that gives way to regular phasing, or regular phasing teleport. On attack, we open up with 3 clicks of Precision Strike. Then on defense, we open up with 3 clicks of Super Senses, which gives way to 2 clicks of Willpower. Then on her last couple of clicks, we get a couple of clicks of Exploit Weakness. Not bad, especially for 50 points. Next up, we have Rock Slide. Rock Slide, I'm sure I've built a team that had him once, but I don't think I used him. Anyway, so Rock Slide comes in at a whopping 70 points, and he's got the. Actually, no, he does not have the X-Men team ability. Well, he's got improved movement, ignores hindering terrain, the Hellions and X-Men keywords, and then he's got 2 traits. First off is Hellions. When this character's attack roll is 10 or more, damage dealt by that attack is penetrating. Okay? That gives way to... And we've also got the trait X-Student. When this character's or an adjacent friendly character's attack roll includes exactly 1/5, modify one target's defense by -1. Okay. So, looking at the dial, we open with a couple clicks of charge, followed by 3 clicks of sidestep. We've got a bear attack dial to begin with, followed by 2 clicks of super strength and 2 clicks of the special attack power shrapnel. Pulse wave with a range of 6. So there's a way to give him some, yeah. Then defensively speaking, for the entire all 5 clicks of his dial, we have absorb power from scrap, toughness and invulnerability, but only if Rock Slide occupies hindering terrain. Impervious, but only if he's adjacent to a piece of blocking terrain. At the beginning of your turn, if Rock Slide is adjacent to a piece of blocking terrain, heal him 1 click. Okay. And I have opinions on this character, which, yeah, on another video I'll get into. Suffice to say, I'm not entirely pleased with how they put him together. Well, how they put the dial together. Anyways, moving on to Colossus. I actually really love this sculpt. It is just like perfect Colossus sculpt. Anyway, Colossus comes in at 100 points, has the X-Men team ability, as well as the Acolytes, Armor, Defenders, Excalibur, and X-Men keywords. We open up with Charge, which is his sole speed power. That gives way, and then on attack we've got Super Strength, which again is his only attack power. Defensively speaking, we open up with Invincible. Well, first off, he's Indomitable. Plus, he's got Invincible. That gives way to Invulnerability, which gives way to Toughness. On damage, we open up with Empower, which gives way to Close Combat Expert. So, he can put the hurting on you. Finally, we've got Wolverine. Probably the second best Wolverine available at the moment. But this Wolverine comes in at 130 points, has the X-Men team ability and the X-Men keyword. We've got a trait Healing Factor. Wolverine can use Regeneration. When he has 2 action tokens, he can use it as a free action. Okay. We open up with the special speed power Berserker Barrage. Wolverine can use Blaze Claw's Fangs, Charge, and Flurry. Okay. Alright. That gives way to regular Flurry, which gives way to Sidestep. Then on attack, we open up with Precision Strike, which gives way to Blaze Claw's Fangs. Defensively speaking, he's Indomitable. We open up with Combat Reflexes, which gives way to Toughness. Then on damage, we open up with we've got he opens up with Empower, which is his only damage power. Yeah, for the record, That combination of Precision Strike, Blaze Claws, Fangs, Charge, and Flurry. Oh boy. Yeah. And also that Empower is going to be really nice. That way someone can come in, get him and Colossus next to one, or close, maybe not necessarily next to one another, but set up in a manner where someone could charge in adjacent to both of them. That's +2 damage right there. And that's it for the X-Men. Anyways, final team for the week, Asgardians. We're going to open up with the Lady Sif. Alright, so Sif comes in at 45 points. Has the Asgardian, Deity, and Warrior keywords. Looking at our dial, we've got a couple clicks of Flurry, followed by a couple clicks of Sidestep, followed by another click of Flurry. Attack-wise, 3 clicks of Blaze Claws Fangs. Defensively speaking, we open up with the special power Master Combatant, which gives her combat reflexes and toughness. That gives her regular toughness, and we're back to Master Combatant. Not bad for 45, I guess. Next up, we've got Lorelei. Lorelei also comes in at 45 points. Has the Asgardian and Mystical keywords. We open up with trait, phasing teleportation, courtesy of Seth, phasing teleport. Then look at the dial. We got 3 clicks of the special power. Just have a sip of this potion. Mind control, but only as close. When Lorelei uses it and hits an opposing character, her target can't target her with an attack until your next turn. All right, very nice. That gives way to Sidestep. Attack on the attack portion of her dial. We've got 2 clicks of Incapacitate at the very end. Followed, and on defense, we open up with Super Senses, followed by Toughness. And damage-wise, we open up with a couple clicks of Perplex. Alright, moving on to Captain America. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so Cap comes in at 55 points. He's got the Asgardian, Avengers, and Warrior keywords. And we open up with a special power on speed, Barroom Brawl, Asgardian style, which is in charge, flurry, plasticity. Honestly, a really good combination. The Charger Flurry gets him in close, and he deals some damage. The Flurry keeps opposing characters from getting away, or the plasticity keeps opposing characters from getting away. That eventually gives way to Sidestep. Then on attack, we've got, for 2 clicks, the special power Elven Blade, and then nothing. Or, Blaze Claws Fangs. Terp. Then, defensively speaking, we got 3 clicks of combat reflexes, followed by the 3 clicks of special power Hero of Asgard. Gives Cap toughness and willpower. He modifies defense by +2 when attacked by a character with the Asgardian keyword. Okay, alright. And then finally, on damage, it starts off blank, but gives way to a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness, which does not coincide with any of his Blaze Claws Fangs clicks. And then Close Combat Expert. Not terrible, not great, but, you know. For zero range, though, yeah, I'll take it. Look, actually, he is pretty decent. Finally, moving on, though, to Executioner. Alright, so Executioner comes in at 120 points. You got the Masters of Evil team ability. He's got the Asgardian, Masters of Evil, and Warrior keywords. Got a couple of traits. First off is Wielder of the Blood Axe. Executioner starts the game with the Blood Axe equipped. There's the Blood Axe. The Blood Axe gives the equipped character Battle Fury, Exploit Weakness, Steal Energy. Okay, good combination. Anyway, the second trait that he's got is I stand by Amora, no matter what. Unique modifier. If Executioner is adjacent to character named the Enchantress. Both modify their defense by +1. Okay. Looking at the dial, we get 4 clicks of charge, followed by 3 clicks of flurry. Nothing on attack. Defensively speaking, he's indomitable. Alright, yay. And we open up with Impervious, then Invulnerability, 3 clicks of toughness, then Invulnerability, and back to Impervious. And nothing on damage. And actually, from experience, he's quite good. Alright, and finally, the end of the last member of the team, Valkyrie. I know this does not look like the Valkyrie we know from Thor Ragnarok. That's because this is a different Valkyrie. This Valkyrie is the Valkyrie Brunhild, that the one from Thor Ragnarok. I don't remember what her actual name is, but she is being worked into the comics little by little. Starting off with her recent appearances in Exiles. Anyway, Valkyrie comes in at 130 points, has the Avengers team ability, as well as the Asgardian, Avengers, Defenders, and Deity keywords. She got a trait, at the side of the slain. Whenever a character is KO'd, after actions resolve, you may place Valkyrie in a square that character occupied. Okay? Speed, we open up with Charge, gives way to Stealth. On attack, we open up with Fearless. Valkyrie can use Blades, Claws, Fangs, and Flurry. Charge, Flurry, and Blades, always a great combination. That gives way to Steel Energy. Then on defense, we've got Toughness, which gives way to Invulnerability. And then on damage, we've got Leadership to start off with, and that's it for her. And that's it for this installment of Building the Team. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to chime in an opinion on which team I ought to use. Links to help. Also, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I put up new content. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.